Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, I am back. Let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah, I am back with just finishing up this this Color With Me in Dollar Tree coloring books video. I'm back with the same picture because I just wanted to show you how I'm finishing this up. In my last video, I showed you the techniques that I used to color this with watercolors and colored pencils. And so I finished it up in the same process that I had showed you in the last video. And if you haven't seen that, you can go to my playlist. I'll try to connect it below here, but if not, go to my playlist. It says Color With Me in Dollar Tree Coloring Books and Mixed Media. It'll be under that in my playlist. So, how I'm finishing this up is, see this, how I've done it, the background in black. You guys, look how beautiful that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to show you the technique I'm using to get this background black. What I'm going to use is acrylic paint as much as possible because, you guys, you know what? Acrylic paint, just like watercolor, but even more if you use acrylic paint, and you go over it with like the Prismacolor pencils or any of the colored pencils, you guys, it works so good. It has a really good tooth, and it just goes over the paint. And the reason we're going to go over it with the Prismacolor pencil, the black, is because that's how you get it really nice and dark and black. But the acrylic paint first, then this. Or if you can't get into a little area with your paintbrush, you can also use a Sharpie marker or a Faber-Castell marker, and then you can still go over at the end with this, with your Prismacolor black pencil. If you don't have a bunch of colored pencils, I highly suggest go to, oh, what's it called? Let me get started here. I'm going to start painting all this in black. Hobby Lobby. They sell the Prismacolor pencils just right out in the open. They don't even have them in a behind glass. And you can just go get whatever pencils there singularly that you need to replace it in your stash of Prismacolor pencils. But if you don't have a stash of them, go get yourself a black and a white. Those are a must. Okay, so what I'm doing is just with a pen, with my paintbrush, I'm just painting with black paint. Now, if this scares you and you don't feel like you have enough control, you can use a black magic marker or use a this is a Pitt pen. Use a Pitt pen too. And you don't have to get, you can see I'm leaving a little bit of white space. You don't have to get right up close to the edge. I'm going to use my black Prismacolor pencil to get up right to the edge. So like I said, you can use the black acrylic paint or you can use the black marker. I just love how it looks, especially with the black acrylic paint and the black colored pencil. And the paint I'm using is just cheap apple barrel paint, you guys. 50 cents at Walmart. The only place cheaper if you want to get yourself a bunch of colors of acrylic paint is actually Michael's. They have a Craft Smart brand, I think it is. When they have their sale, they usually have them with $3 or $4 for $1. What I like to do is go through, well, I don't anymore because I have so many, and get 3 shades of blue, 3 shades of red, 3 shades of yellow, 3 shades, and then that way you get yourself a nice acrylic paint set. Oh, and I didn't mention this in my last video. Okay, I showed you the technique of base coloring it first. And that base color has to be your lightest color because that's going to be your highlight color. And I explained that in my last video if you don't know what I'm talking about right now. But you can also use, if you don't want to use watercolors and you have acrylic paints, you can use watered down acrylic paints. You'll get your ratio down of how much water to how much paint, but it needs to be pretty liquidy. You can use that too, instead of using watercolor. So if you're like, I have no watercolors, if you have a bunch of acrylic paints, wet those down. And in some cases, like this, I'm not wetting down the black at all. So in some cases, like this technique, I'm using it straight. No water. My brush isn't real wet or anything. I'm just using acrylic paint. Just like that. No water at all. Okay. So I think we got every little square inch. We did, and we're good. Okay. I see a little spot that I didn't put some color in. Let me do that real quick. Excuse me. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to let that acrylic paint dry. It dries pretty darn quick. Be careful if you go over paint with your marker too quickly, if you do end up doing that, because it will eat your marker up. But it doesn't eat up a pencil, your black colored pencil. So we're going to let that dry, and then we'll hit it with a blow dryer too. But we can go on to some other things. So what I want to do is put some highlights in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some white acrylic paint. You can use a white paint pen also. I was trying this out using, Jane Davenport has a paint over pen, so you can paint over any acrylic paint and it won't clog your, like other markers, you'll get clogged. But it dries really quick, and I want to be able to, like, I'll show you the technique in a second. You can also use a Posca marker, the white Posca. I have that too. But I'm going to show you with white acrylic paint because that's the most, that's what everybody has in their stash usually. What did I just do with my damn paintbrush? Oh, here it is. Okay. Like, I just had that paintbrush. Make sure I'm in frame. Yep. Okay. So, here we go. Let's put some highlights everywhere. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this flower here. Here at the bottom. So I just kind of like to throw in some highlights, however, and then I like to kind of use my finger and blend it in a little bit. And put your highlights in over like the lighter areas that are already lighter. Throw a highlight in here. I got a little dark with this flower here. There we go. Okay. So I'm just taking my brush and I'm just throwing in a little bit of highlights here and there on my flowers. As you can see what I'm doing. If you feel like you're getting a little heavy-handed, just blend it out a little bit. Okay. And I usually try to do it in a little bit of a C curve. Not completely, but a little bit, so it doesn't, so you don't want a straight line. I mean, what in nature is like a straight line? Hardly anything. So, okay. Doing a little highlight here. Okay, we'll go to this flower. So you can see how I'm just throwing these highlights in here and there, following the pattern of where I've already pretty much highlighted at. So like right here, see how it's lighter in the center? That's where I'm going to throw in my highlights. It takes hardly any paint at all to throw highlights in like this. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Just throwing these in. right, and then we'll throw some highlights up into here. Okay. Throw some highlights there. There we go. Okay, so you could still keep going and throwing in some highlights here and there, but I think we got a good amount of highlights here. Look how I keep going after I say that. Then I keep going. Oh, I got some highlights in my black. Okay. Oh, gotta get some highlights into here. Okay. Touch some of these leaves down here. Okay. And we'll do it over here a little bit. But adding the extra little bit of highlights just gives a little something extra to your painting. And you already have it highlighted, like all your little areas that are lighter when we're doing this coloring process, that's a highlight also. But then just throw a little bit extra light on the whole situation with a little bit of white. Okay. So now I'm still going to go ahead and let this dry, the black down here. Let me just check my camera. Make sure you guys are seeing everything. Okay. What I like to do at the end, when I'm done with the highlighting and all the sparkling, is adding a little bit of glitter. You guys, we all have these glitter glues. I forgot the damn name brand of the name brand one. It's not hitting me. Whatever. But this is a Recollection one, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use this one, this Recollection, this pink one, and kind of match up your colors with the color of what your, whatever the color you painted your object, match that up with the glitter glue. Or if you put like purple on this, it'll look really funky because it has color in it. So just, I think this is fun. Just adds that little extra pizzazz to your painting. I love it. And it makes you use some of this stuff. Like, I've had these forever. I got a great price on them. I picked up like a pack of 5 for like $2. They were clearancing them out at Michael's. But I wasn't using them, so it's good to get these out and use them. And you know, guys, to me, these are very similar to you know that paint pen they have now that has that glitter in it, but it's like a fortune. It's the same as this stuff, I think, just in a pen form. So, I don't know. It's awfully expensive. Well, you could just use glitter glues. Someone just said that they hauled a glitter glue like this from Dollar Tree and said it was great. It was a big bottle of it and they used it. So I'm going to grab a bottle of it. I'm just curious because the bottle is like this big of glitter glue. And I've seen them at Dollar Tree before. I just assumed they probably weren't that good, but I'd like to check it out. Okay, I'm going to use my brush on this because it's a small area. Let's put a little bit of sparkle on all the berries that are this color, this pinky rose color. Okay. So this is just how I'm finishing up the painting, and I wanted to come on here and show you guys this because I thought, I'm sure people would like to know how that ended up. And then how I ended up finishing it. So I thought I'll come back on and share. And maybe that's what I'll do in every video is, you know, I'll show you how I'm doing it, the techniques I'm using to color, and then get it basically finished and then show you how I finish it up. So doing it like that, you still get a good sense of how the different techniques I used. because you don't need to see me paint the color and paint the whole thing, because the same techniques over and over and over and over. You only need to see that for so long, and then you get it, and then come back with the next steps. So, okay, that looks really, really pretty. I'll come in close at the end, okay, you guys? I won't come in close yet, and then you guys can see all the sparkle then, okay? Let me look and see how much time I have on my thing.
I'm not sure I understand.
Okay, sorry guys, that was my iPad going crazy. Okay, just a second guys, I'm going to put on some ocean music here. I meant to do that before I got started. I use the ocean music that's on YouTube, because then my video won't get flagged, because it's already approved. Plus, it's ocean music. I don't know. It does. Can somebody can they put like a whatever you call it on ocean sounds? I don't know. Anyway, next, let's go to the purple. So I'm using the purple glitter Reflections. It's called Orchid. One thing I say about these things, they don't dry out. You keep the lid on them, they're good, because I have had these forever. I bought these years ago. Sitting over there, not being used. Okay, here we go. This glitter glue right here, this purple, is a little bit deeper, so I'm going to put the glitter on this one in the darker sections. In my shading, not my highlighting areas, because it's a little bit deeper. And this would actually deepen up my highlighted areas if I let it. So I don't want to do that. Okay. It's really pretty. Okay, so we'll come down here and do the same thing. You can use your finger or you can use a brush. I don't know. I switched to using a brush now. I was using my finger, but... Well, when you want to get to detailed certain areas, I think you need to use the brush. And then if you want to tap it all over like I did the pink flower was perfect, you can just use your finger. But I need to get into certain areas, which is only the deeper shaded areas, like I said, because this stuff's a little dark. Did we hit that? Let me hit this one now. You guys will go until my camera turns off, which is about 20-25 minutes. If it turns off before I say goodbye, just go to part 2, okay? I'll be so glad when I learn my editing software. You guys, what happened was I was thinking I could use Adobe Spark, and I mentioned that in one of my videos. You guys, Adobe Spark, no. It's really only made for really quick video clips, not for if you have a 20-minute video. Their system to load a 20-minute video would take you hours. So it's only made for it's really made as a slideshow kind of, like if you take a bunch of pictures and you want to put them all together and maybe throw in a quick 30-second video, you're good. But you know, my videos are like 25-30 minutes, so that ain't gonna work. So what I wanted to build, like with YouTube, how I could, with the YouTube editor, splice together 2 25-minute videos for a 50-minute video. Oh no. They had to get rid of their darn YouTube editor. And I had just learned to use it too. Like, pretty good. And it takes me forever to learn this computer stuff, you guys. So, anyway. Okay, so now let's go to the turquoise flowers. And I have this color here. We'll see how we like this color. I may choose a different glitter color if I don't like this. Oh, I think I like it. Again, I'm going to use a brush, and I'm going to go to the darker areas. Okay, because I think this is a little bit darker. Yeah, it's a little bit deeper too. Just go to the shaded areas, your darker areas. Stay away from your highlights. It's pretty though. Very pretty. And I think what's making this special is we're just hitting all the flowers. We're not going to hit the leaves. So all the flowers are what are going to have the bling on them. It's funny, there's so much noise outside my window on Mondays. It seems like anybody who has a yard person that does their yard always comes on Mondays. It's like more than one lawnmower going right now. All kinds of noise out there. Every Monday, though. It's funny. These are my neighborhood. We have a yard guy. My husband. He's the yard guy. I shouldn't be laughing about that. He'd be like, shut up, Angela. Okay. That looks so pretty. I love it. Okay. Now, let's go on to... Wait, did I get all the colors? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do the purple here on the little berries. Yeah, for the purple berries, I didn't get the... So let me do the purple berries. And the glitter glue should be one of the last things you do. As long as you're not going to go back over it, because now you got to let it, you got a bunch of texture on here. Oh, I guess I did hit those. Okay, anyway. Just didn't look like it. Okay. So next, what I'd like to do is go back down to this area here and go back with the black Prismacolor pencil that I was talking about. It doesn't have to be Prismacolor, but any of the pencils that are blendable are the best ones to use. All right, let me look at my time situation. Gotta stand up. I can't see my time. Okay. Yeah, my timer is my camera is about to turn off because it's almost 25 minutes. So let's go ahead and stop here, and then you guys go ahead and go to part 2, and we'll begin down here with the using the black pencil technique, okay, over the acrylic paint. See you in a minute.